The UTSA Roadrunners look to go to 9-2 as they head to Houston to take on Rice. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Slasher U. I'm your host, Christian Rao, here with my co-host, Steve Feck, and we're here to talk about the Roadrunners. Birds up, if you will. Let's check this one out, Steve. It's going to be a good matchup. 8-2 at the moment, looking for 9-2. The goal is 10-2 by the end of the year. I still see Frank Harris for Heisman things out and about. I mean, I think that he deserves a nomination. I don't know if he'll make a finalist, unfortunately, but what a season he's been having so far this year. The running game has really stepped up. We're starting to see not only some great running games so far this year, but the running game of the future. Last week against La Tech, we saw the secondary step up, something that I was really vamping about all season long. I am not afraid to say that this team is finally firing in all cylinders. And look out, Rice. It's gonna be a tough game.
Yeah, even with the significant amount of injuries that they've suffered all year. They have been gearing up to this moment in time to kind of wrap up the conference, get ready for the conference championship game, and finally get their due and get ranked. Now, some of you may notice I'm a little scraggly here. This is not a Movember beard and mustache. This is a Meepfember beard. I am not shaving until UTSA gets its justice, if you will, and gets into the top 25.
Nice.
And I think after their bowl game, I can see them in the top 15, top 20. I think it's been a long time coming, but birds up, Roadrunner fans. We are still with you. I am not shaving until they get ranked. And if that means I have to wait until, next preseason where they, of course, they're going to be ranked. Okay. I'm going to do that. I mean, I'm not like you, Christian, where if I did that, it's going to be like a ZZ Top kind of thing. It'll probably still look like this come next August, but still I'm with you, UTSA fans. We're both there with you, and I'm gonna make that sacrifice and not shave until our team is in the rankings.
If they don't make the rankings, we're gonna have to open a Christmas YouTube channel because you're gonna have some Santa Claus going. But one thing I have noticed in the comments, we haven't had a chance to answer it. We've noticed it a couple of times on UTSA though, Steve. They're wondering where that hat is, and you have an update on that hat.
I do. Well, UPS finally admitted that they delivered it to the wrong place. I was able to, through pictures, they showed me a picture of it being delivered to a really nice office building.
Oh, man.
And while I'm all business, okay, when it comes to UTSA and Slasher U, I do not live in an office. I live in an older home in the Beachview section of Pittsburgh. But here on my phone is my update. You probably can't see it because of the lighting, but November 19th, the replacement hat that I was able to order will be delivered ideally to my home, not to another office, not to Pittsburgh, Kansas, not to Plattsburgh. It's going to come to Pittsburgh on Caralfi Avenue. So I'm really, really excited about that. I'll be able to finally show wear my colors, if you will. I mean, I'll always wear Slasher U colors, but.
Well, the cool thing about Slasher U colors is we can change that color anytime we want. If you check out our basketball, we actually changed that slash and U to orange. Pretty cool, right? So, but UTSA, yeah, they're always great colors there. I got to get one as well. I will say that the one I wanted said that it was going to take 14 days just to ship it. X'd out of the tab. So I'll get back to it and I'll check it out. Definitely got to get one in my rotation. But for sure, UTSA, this can be a great game. I'm looking forward to it. UTSA is a 13-point favorite in this one. I can't see any reason why we're not going to be talking about them at 9-2 on Sunday. Hopefully, with you rocking your new hat. On Monday, with you rocking your new hat when we do the recap. This is going to be a fantastic game. I think Frank Harris goes out again. My biggest question now, as we've talked about, how Frank Harris at the beginning of the season, will he throw for 400 yards? Well, basically ever since we said that, the team has shifted to more of a run-ready offense. Are we going to see a little more pass-heavy in this one, or is it going to stay that run balance, maybe even run-heavy in this matchup against Rice?
Well, in a lot of ways, UTSA runs a pro-style offense.
Mm-hmm.
And before things got way out of hand, and in analytics and fantasy football stats ruled what NFL coaches did. You threw the ball strategically. Okay, if you were behind, yes, you had to throw more often because you needed to try to score more quickly. But really, if you're winning, you throw strategically. And I think Harris is going to do that. Harris has that confidence that he's not afraid to let the other guy shine. But when he needs to stand up like a true general, make that the key decision, he is going to do it. So I think in a lot of ways, and again, he's not doing it to up his draft stock. He's probably coming back next year, but certainly, he's showing scouts who are at UTSA games on a regular basis. This is a guy that knows how to lead in offense and execute plays that have to be executed in order to win football games, not to pad your stats, not to get, become a Heisman finalist, which again would be wonderful. But everybody aspires for that, but that's not really what he's all about. He is a true leader on the field. And I think that just gets reinforced week in, week out. He does what the scouting reports say he needs to do. Against Rice, he probably could open it up a little bit more. Rice, I was more excited about Rice at the beginning of the year than as things have flushed out. I'm not quite sure what's gone wrong there. They just have not had a lot of consistency, throughout the year. But again, like you, it should be no problem going to 9-2.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait for the conference championship game. It's going to be another terrific. Who do you think they're going to match up against in the conference championship game? Out of curiosity,
man, I would probably lean towards Western Kentucky just because now North Texas and Western Kentucky are tied at 5-2. So we're going to see one of those two teams. Northern Texas has to play Rice. That's all that's left on their schedule, to go to 7-5 or to go to 6-2, if you will. Western Kentucky has FAU left on their conference schedule. So I guess either of them will probably be tied, but I think the tiebreaker goes to Western Kentucky because let's see. No, it goes to North Texas. North Texas beat Western Kentucky. Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we'll probably see North Texas then, now that we say that, because I think they'll easily be able to beat their next games unless Rice can upset North Texas because they are at 5-5. And that is the last thing I wanted to talk about here in this UTSA game. The only concern that UTSA fans should have is that this team, although we've seen them play an overtime win against La Tech, who UTSA just blew out, who lost to Charlotte 6 days after Charlotte firing their coach and was blown out by Charlotte, not just losing to Charlotte, blown out by Charlotte, right. And then losing to Western Kentucky last week, 45-10. This is a team that is one win away from being bowl eligible. You play a lot different when you have that on the line and it's crunch time and you only have a couple games remaining. Rice has to play UTSA and North Texas, the two teams that, what we just said, will probably be in Conference UA's championship game. They are going to try their hardest to get at least one of those wins to find a way into a bowl game at 6-6. I mean, that's just cold hard facts. I don't think it happens at UTSA. I mean, I don't think it happens, period. But that means they're going to play a lot different. When you have nothing to lose and you have everything to gain and you are only just a couple games away from your season being over, that's a dangerous team to play. So just something to keep in mind when you're watching this game, another storyline to pay attention to in case you lose interest like you might have during the La Tech game. This is something to keep in mind. And that one, you're going to check this one out Saturday, 1:00 Eastern. It's on ESPN Plus, Steve. So hopefully you can get this one so we can get you on Twitter talking to UTSA faithful.
Absolutely.
We know that we love doing that on the socials. So again, if you're checking out this video before the game starts, let us know your score predictions below. Let us know your thoughts about this game. If you think that this is going to be a 13-point spread on UTSA, do you think they can cover that one in this one? Or do you think that you're leaning towards Rice with the points because of what I was talking about, maybe with the bowl obligations on the line? Hit us up in the comments below. Smash that like button while you're at it as well. Help us out with that algorithm to reach more fans. And as always, thank you so much for watching SlasherU.